Hey, what's up everyone? Danny here. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can develop some shoulder endurance for mixed martial arts. So in training, guys, it's super important to always use discipline. By discipline, I mean, for example, if you're training on the heavy bag, shadow boxing, you always want to have a nice guard using your hands up at all times. So for example, when I coach my students, I sometimes tell them exaggerate even further. So if we look at the hand positioning, sometimes if your hands are always here in training and you get tired, now your hands are going to drop below your chest. But if you exaggerate your motion a little bit more when you're training, now if you get tired in the fight, you're going to start to drop at the proper position. So it's easier said than done to say always keep your hands up. I always tell my fighters, and a lot of coaches will tell their fighters, keep your hands up. That's one of the phrases you'll hear the most in mixed martial arts, Muay Thai boxing and whatnot, but it's easier said than done. Today I'm going to show you some exercises that you can incorporate in your training routine, whether you're at the gym or at home, using some simple equipment to increase the shoulder endurance for MMA. All you're going to need today is going to be a weighted plate. I'm using a 25-pound weighted plate, as you can see here. If you don't have that, just use a duffel bag. A duffel bag will do, and stock it with a bunch of stuff inside and weigh it. If it's anywhere between 15 to 25 pounds, that's perfect. As a general rule of thumb, you just want an object so you can lift overhead. The other piece of equipment we're going to use today, most people have this at home as well, is some very light dumbbells. Today I'm using 5-pound dumbbells. All right, you can also use 2 to 3 pounds, or you can go heavier, but I don't suggest that. You'll see in a moment why. And the last piece of equipment we're going to use is a resistance band. Here I'm using the ones with the handles here because we're going to be incorporating exercises that's going to make use of these. Now, before we get started, before I show you the exercises, I have 10 exercises to show you guys. That there's so many, but today I've selected 10. What we're going to do is every exercise that I'm going to talk about, you're going to do this for 30 seconds each and non-stop, which is going to be 30 seconds, 10 exercises, a 5-minute round. You're going to complete this for 5 minutes, take a 1-minute pause, and then start it twice more. So that's a 3-round fight, right? So if you can endure this pain during the workout session, then if you go into mixed martial arts, and you can endure keeping your hands up easily for 3 5-minute rounds. Now, it's important to always keep in mind that the discipline you incorporate in your training sessions when you're doing strength and conditioning is that same mentality and discipline you're going to bring into the fight. If you're a competitor or fighter, that's super important to always understand. Keep that in mind. When you start to get tired and you lose proper form and you don't discipline yourself in correct technique, then your fight is going to suffer. So suffer in training, make the fight easier. So the first exercise we're going to start, the exercise number 1, is using the resistance bands. Just step in the middle of the bands and we're going to do 30 seconds of side lateral raises. Non-stop, 1 rep after the other. So the side lateral raises is going to be the first exercise to start putting some blood into your shoulders. On the second exercise, we're going to use the same piece of equipment, keeping our feet on the resistance band, but this time we're going to raise towards the front. So front lateral raises, front resistance band raises is going to be the second exercise, and do this one non-stop once again for 30 seconds. On our third exercise, now we're going to step, but we're also going to bend over. So this one is going to be the rear deltoids, and we're going to do the bent over rear lateral raise with the resistance bands. So this one is going to start to really burn because now you're going to do this for 30 seconds. This is exercise number 3. So next up, now we're going to keep pushing the endurance in the shoulders. At this point, your shoulders are starting to be on fire, but exercise number 4 is going to bring them even further. We're going to use the resistance band upright row. So you're going to pull, keep the feet on your resistance band, but this time you're going to start pulling underneath your chin. So non-stop repetitions for 30 seconds on this exercise, the upright row using the resistance band. Now in this next exercise, as you see, I'm grabbing a weighted plate. The one I'm using is 25 pounds. If you only have 10 pounds at home or 2 10-pound plates, stick them together, do the same motion. Like I said earlier, just grab a duffel bag, grab something that's closer in weight, and just use that as the weighted object. Now all I'm doing here is just lifting above my head and coming back down. We're just grabbing and pressing all the way up, because at this point, we're just pushing more and more lactic acid into our shoulders. Our next exercise, now we're almost at the midpoint. This time, we're gonna do the speed bag motion, but we're gonna grab our light dumbbells. In this case, you see I'm using 5-pound dumbbells. You at home can use anywhere from 1 to 5 pounds. I don't suggest it going any heavier. Now, if you feel that 5 pounds is too light, that means you haven't pushed yourself far enough in the previous exercises. Now we're gonna keep on rotating in the speed bag motion for 30 seconds. Now, we're gonna non-stop throw the 1-2s in the air in a straight punch fashion for 30 seconds. We're almost complete this workout. The next one here, I'm gonna grab a kettlebell, but at home, if you don't have a kettlebell, use your dumbbell, or if you don't have a dumbbell, just grab that duffel bag you use for the overhead press. And now we're gonna do the one-arm overhead press. So we're gonna alternate. Now here what we're gonna do is 15 seconds on one side and then switch for the other 15 seconds on the opposite side to complete that 30-second circuit. Next up, we're gonna grab those light dumbbells once again, the ones we use for the speed bag motion. And now, this is a not exercise when you watch it, but watch this, how it's gonna burn your shoulders because we're almost completed. We're just gonna rotate those dumbbells in front of our shoulders non-stop, doing a rounded circle in front of ourselves like this. We're just turning the dumbbells non-stop for 30 seconds. This is a real shoulder burner. And last but not least, keep those dumbbells in your hands. And now we're gonna stretch our arms out. We're gonna do forward circles for 15 seconds, and don't do them too wide, do small circles. And then for the last 15 seconds, we're gonna reverse direction and start doing those circles, small ones, towards the back. So there you have it, guys, an intense, advanced level shoulder endurance routine. So I've showed you guys 10 exercises in this clip. Use these sporadically, just grab a few, incorporate these in a workout. If you're a beginner, just select 2 or 3 exercises. That's gonna make it a workout for you. But if you're more seasoned, use all 10 exercises, do them back to back for 30 seconds each, which completes, like I said, a 5-minute round. Take 60 seconds rest and start that for 3 rounds total. This is gonna be an intense shoulder workout, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. Leave us a like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't so already. More videos like this one to come. I'll see you guys in the next workout session.